Hello, I have a Rheem Heater AC package unit. I get a red blinking light at motherboard. No translation available on unit. Can you help?
Hello, my name is XXXXX can help you with this. Give me just a moment to pull the fault codes up for your unit.
Thank you, Paul. It's just one blinking red light on this board.
Thank you. XXXXX changed a bit over the years, so I am reviewing it not to give you the correct information.
Perfect. Thank you.
Do you have the first two digits of the serial number, like 1F, as there were several controls used in that unit?
1R.
Perfect, thank you.
And I am also interested in the brand of the motherboard. There is no identifying manufacturer model 1068 to 300.
I am about to post a picture, tell me if it is the right one. Full-size image.
Thank you. I will take a look. Yes. I do believe this is the replacement.
Full-size image. Sorry, wasn't sure it osted the first time. Okay, so that is a Rheem made proprietary part. Made for them by UTech.
Great. And what does a one blinking red light translate to? According to your research.
The Rheem part number is XXXXX. The codes are as follows. LED flash codes, 1 flash, lockout due to failed ignition or flame dropout, 2 flashes, pressure switch fault, 3 flashes, limit switches open, 4 flashes, undesired flame, 5 flashes, rollout switches open, continuously on, normal operation. So since this is a singed flash, we should look at why it isn't sensing a flame. I doubt it's the board.
Interesting. Okay, where do you suggest beginning my tests? I have voltmeter, etc.
Can you continue the chat while at the unit to troubleshoot a few things?
This could be difficult. Santa hasn't yet brought me my 4-1 Galaxy Pad. Can you give me 2 or 3 starters?
What I would want to know is what happens as the unit tries to start, so with the door off, call for heat. Does anything happen? Does the inducer motor start? Does flame light and then shut off very quickly? Once we know how far it gets, we can begin troubleshooting in the right place.
Negative. Silent. The customer said it runs sometimes and heats up the house, then no go. We know 24 volts is there. We know 230 volts is there.
If power off to the unit and then starts up fresh, it has to do something if it works intermittently.
The light of the board indicates the transformer is working. Okay, walk me through your typical troubleshooting plan. If you would.
There is a lot of ground to cover. The transformer is working. That's not it. I doubt a control issue. We would have a lot of steps.
Cool. I've been doing HVAC 3.5 years. No expert. But familiar. 3.5 seasons, I should say. If you would. Go for it.
If it does nothing from a fresh start, then I would start with the pressure switches. They can shut it down for no response.
Perfect. And your second and third suspects?
Although I would suspect if it's intermittent, as you said, that you have a flame sense issue. The flame sense rod, circuit and connections work on a microamp signal, so are very sensitive.
Okay, let me slow myself down. It's usually one pressure switch. I need no continuity, normally open.
Pressure switch has to be open on the call for heat, then has to close to prove the inducer is working, then the ignition sequence can continue. If the switch is closed to start with or doesn't close when the inducer starts, nothing else can happen.
Okay. So I need to test flame sensor? Tell me how you would test it. Simple replacement or ohms read or what? Okay, I have 2 suspect. Thank you, suspect 3. Should I clean sensor with sandpaper?
Microamp readings on the flame sensor are done in line with a voltmeter that can read that. There is about 110 V on that circuit, so be careful. A small 2-4 microamp signal is enough to keep it online. Cleaning the sensor is a bad idea. Sand residue, silica, can melt and coat the sensor, stopping it from working. They are cheap to replace if that's a problem.
Wow. Great advice considering all the other advice. But the flame sensor itself is a suspect in you experience?
Third suspect would be the inducer motor, but again that depends on what happens and if it starts at all. It's hard to point at one without knowing what happens on the fresh startup from all power off. All 3 of those are fairly common issues.
Awesome, bro. Thank you. One more question. Can my voltmeter test this microamp reading I need on the flame sensor? And if so, is my V-ohmmeter belong on volts?
Voltmeter need to have a microamp setting, usually looks like a UA setting. Most good quality mult limiter have this. Can't tell what you have.
Gotcha. Thank you. I will get busy. And be careful.
Do you have the full serial number? I think I can send you the I&O. Just want to make sure it's the right one.
Cool. Serial number 1R538ADIA AF300205244.
Okay, this should be it. Didn't work. Let me try a link. https://www.remote.net/docs/service-gas_pack/ios/922191627009_RRKA. PDF.
Thank you. This will all help a bunch. Be well. Merry Christmas.
Thank you and Merry Christmas.
I'd like to credit you. Don't see a way to.
You should have a way to accept the answers. I don't really know how your screen looks.
Okay, I have a system that sometimes works. They gave me a small short screen platform.
Have a good day, hopefully you see the accept screen after we are done. Thank you.
We got it. You've been credited. Can you spell out your system of checking the flame sensor specifically?
First is all visual, no broken ceramic, no bad discoloration on the sensor. Then with it disconnected at the board, check for resistance to ground, there should be no continuity. Now set up your meter in series with the sensor on the UA setting and start the unit. Once you have flame you should see at least 2 microamperes. 4 to 6 microamperes is normal, but anything over 1.5 microamperes will be okay.
Cool, and anything below 1.5 is bad sensor.
Not necessarily. A good HVAC tech looks for the root cause rather than just looking for a fault and something to change. Each diagnostic just peels back another layer of the onion. A low flame sense signal could be, and often is, just a sensor problem, but there are still other possibilities. It could also be caused by a poor flame that isn't burning correctly or from poor power, poor grounding of the unit. You would have to look at each of them to know what to do next.
Good morning, Paul. You were able to help me find the error code translations for my Rheem heater circuit board. I am coming across many boards now where the light is blinking its code, but no translation is given when I take a look at existing panels and stickers. Can you point me in the right direction and provide me with a website or websites that will clarify the LED flash codes as you did for me halfway up this page? Thank you again, Paul.
Your local Rheem or Rude distributor should be able to help you get access to the remote contractor website. A lot of the info you are looking for is in the installation and operation instructions for each unit. Honeywell has a tester called the OnWatch Quick Look 72. They plug into a 3-pin plug. Many boards have a 3-pin tester. Are there test equipment that you would suggest that can test flame and fault signals?
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert, now visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.